Welcome to week 17 of Emotional Regulation Insights. Jolene Watson, Dignity Incorporated practitioner and personality expert. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we have been covering some topics that fit the theme. I did want to talk about anxiety today because I know a lot of people have anxiety or they're worried about having anxiety. And the truth is, if you can turn anxiety into fear, you have something to work with. Let me explain. Now, anxiety, the story behind it, something may harm me, but I'm not sure what it is. It's that uneasy feeling of not knowing. So this is a hard emotion to stay in for a long time, right? Because often we need a trigger. We need to figure out what the trigger is in order for the prefrontal cortex, the logic center of our brain, to kick in so we can kick into solution mindset orientation. And that's where fear comes in. Fear is, I have this uneasy feeling, something may harm me, and I know what it is. Right? Maybe it's your mother-in-law's coming for a visit. Maybe you're driving in icy conditions in a blizzard, in a snowstorm, right? Fear would be the correct emotion in that circumstance. So if you can turn anxiety into fear by identifying the source or the trigger, again, you deactivate the fight, flight, or freeze response, the amygdala, and activate the logic center of your brain. Solution, mindset, orientation. Now, another emotion that I did want to touch on, which often coincides with imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome is, I don't know, I don't think I'm worthy enough. I don't think I'm good enough. I don't know how I got here. Doubt is often an emotion that people don't want to experience or they try to avoid. But the truth is, doubt is, I haven't done that before, so I'm just not sure. How do you overcome doubt? How do you dial it down? You learn new things. You take a course, you hire a mentor or a coach, or talk to somebody who's been through something similar. This is how you overcome doubt. So this is now one of my favorite emotions because it means I get to learn something new. Now, another two emotions that we often don't think about, but these two, they do matter, is resignation. Doesn't matter what I do, it's not going to matter anyways. And hopelessness. There's no possibilities for me in the future. These are very unhelpful emotions when it comes to our mental health. Now, again, fear can actually activate you into action, which is also ambition, right? You could be passionate about a lot of things, but if you do something about it, that turns into ambition. So be careful with these two emotions when it comes to mental health. And on the imposter syndrome side, I'm actually in the midst of taking an imposter syndrome course, and I will be designing a brand new keynote on emotional regulation and imposter syndrome. So stay tuned for that. Next week, we're going to dive into goal setting. I offer vision board workshops, and one of the emotions that we're going to really dive into is envy and how it's different from jealousy and how it can actually be very advantageous into achieving the vision you desire. See you soon.